Hello? It's been a minute. What's up, Greedy Wharf, Dirtboy YT, Aspect Hacker, Logan the Legend of Zelda fan, Alec Delune, Dr. Lemon, Easy Other Me. What's up? So, I'm hoping everything is set up okay right now. So, I've been building quite a bit in LDD recently because I haven't really been feeling too much like building stuff in real life. I have a couple of things ready for uploading right now, but I just haven't gotten the time to make them, proper good videos. So, let's see here. Heket Mark II, V38, 308. I'm stupid. UMP 45, Thompson, AK 47, Jaeger's 416. That's a good one. Fun fact. This is kind of random. I actually have a grip for it right here, and I have one of those in LDD, which we can take a look at, which might be a pretty easy build. I've made the Calibri in the past. I got quite a bit of backlash for it looking too much like MDNs, even though it didn't. So, let's go ahead and fix something real quick. There we go. That should probably do it. Okay. So, while we're just waiting for people to roll in, AK-47. Isn't the V308 the Vector that has the what's it called? The big mag. That's pretty insane. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Lewis Gunn thought about it for sure. But I guess we'll just have a look at some projects I've been working on. I saw someone say Glock 18, and this is what we've got. This is a really, I'm gonna be pretty honest here and say that this isn't too good of a model. This here looks a bit too rough. I'd imagine there's something here I'd have to do to fix this to make it look good. But otherwise the grip does look pretty good, and I would imagine it to be pretty comfortable. Then again, what do I know? I don't really have this in real life. But yeah, trigger guard is pretty nice, I guess. The slide is 3 wide, so you have a 3 wide slide with the 4 wide receiver and all that. So that's a Glock, I guess. I'm probably not gonna make too many more Glocks, if I'm honest. Sorry if I'm looking away a lot. I just need to look at what people are doing or saying. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. Peacekeeper Black Ops 2, that's actually again I wanted to make. What's up, Real Vault Boy Fan 1? Okay, so I see quite a bit for the Vector 308, and I am not too sure I'd be able to do that because of the big magazine. I'm trying to think most of the things that I make in LDD I should be able to make in real life. SWAT 556. I can't remember what that is exactly. I believe it's one of the SIG models. But this is one of the projects that I have currently that I want to make in real life, which is a type of T5 SMG, from Rainbow Six Siege, from Elysium. This is the real one, the QCW05. M1911. I actually have an M1911. We can go ahead and open that up. So this is the 1911 I have. It's not the best, but I am still pretty proud of this since it is a 3 wide 1911. Of course, the one that I released a couple of weeks ago is definitely a lot better, but this is still a really good one with the nice 3-wide slide and the side plates here to make it nice and comfortable. Of course, magazine. Trigger actually does not work, which is kind of sad, but it is a pretty good one, and I do like it. M82A1. I've been thinking about it, but the thing is, apparently whatever gun that I end up making is gonna look a lot like my different usernames, just because, you know, some certain things you can only make it in so many different designs. So it would end up looking a lot like his, like not his grip and all that, but it would be quite close looking to his, so I wouldn't want to bother. AK200, you want a shout out? Shout out to Dr. Lemon, I guess. Intervention M200, I've been thinking about that for a really long time. Okay, so I see there's quite a bit of delay, which I am sorry about. But this is the shotgun that someone mentioned. And this is a really insanely cool shotgun that I made. I love the script design, which is super comfortable in real life. It's got a working safety, which credit goes out to Gehenna. But it does have the loading tube here made with brackets, so you can fit a bit of a better looking pump than you know, usual, and you can also fit shells in there, which is super cool. So you can also work this. You can pull it back. Maybe there we go. So it opens up. So you can have some pump action, I guess. Magazines are too skinny. If you're talking about the 1911 one, that's pretty illogical because it's the bricks take up a lot of space, so you can't really fit a big magazine in there. So there's not a lot to do about that. STG-44, that's also a really good one. Remington 870 blocks. Pretty soon I will probably do that. Okay, the ARs, let's just pull one random one out of here. I have a bunch of stuff here, as you can see. Let's go with my, what I've called my favorite AR-15. This is the thing that I want to do in real life, which is to just have a 2-wide inside the magwell and then 3-wide outside of it. But the thing is, making a full 3-wide magazine requires a really wide magwell, and it's not realistic whatsoever because it doesn't size up properly with the receiver, so it would end up looking really dumb. Or at least in my opinion it would be. Car 98K, I have done that before, but if you want to, I can pull up the one that's closest enough, I guess, to one. Let's see, where is it? I have no clue what it's called. I just give my file names a bunch of random names, so I probably won't ever find it again. I don't know if it's even here. Problem. I can't seem to find the file. And of course the music stopped. That's good. I'm really limited to the music. I'll have that said right off the bat. I think a Vector would be really hard to make in LDD, but I think I might just give it a try actually. Kriss Vector, yep, a bunch of Barrett. Licky Sticky Blicky, what the fuck even is that? GM6 links. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can find that one rifle that I made, but I don't think I'll be able to. That's a problem. One other thing I've been thinking about is I have a couple of files that are guns that I wanted to make in real life, but I haven't made them because I have lost motivation. So this is one of them. It is an AK-74. I've just called it the Magpul MOE AK because it's got the same furniture. But I will probably be releasing a LDD file for this by next week because I have no motivation to make this in real life, so I'm just gonna release it. So you guys could do pretty much whatever you wanted with that file. Pretty sure LDD is gonna crash soon, just because I keep closing and opening. One thing I've also forgotten completely is to release this file, I think. So I think I've forgotten to put that out there. I don't know if I have, but I hope I haven't. Vector, Vector, Vector. What's up, Jaeger? I'm just gonna call you that because saying Jaeger's guns is just, you know. Scorpion Evo. That's been on the bucket list. It's pretty tricky to make, but I'm gonna give it a shot very soon. Mauser C96. I've made the C96 a couple of times, and I'm not the biggest fan of making it. There's some Mosin in the guns. I have something that's close enough to that, I guess. The thing is, I for some reason can't find any of my stuff. Oh, that's because I wasn't in models. Or wait, was that the reason? I should be able to find it. Let's see here. Is this what I wanted to go? Yeah. So this is a deagle that I've been meaning to release as well, which is mainly a deagle that's made to look good rather than function super well, even though it's got all the functions that it should have, like the slide, magazine, trigger, hammer, all that fun stuff, but it's more meant to look good than, you know, be super insanely realistic and all that stuff, so. I look like a stupid wannabe Mario. Maybe. L96. That's a pretty good idea as well, actually. But I've seen enough votes for a Vector that we're gonna get started with a Vector. So as you can see here, I have a bunch of templates, which are just a bunch of random things, as well as one of those things in case I fail a project. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for here. I think this might be it, so we're gonna take that out. We're gonna take this out. There's a random car. We have just a bunch of guns in here. A barrel. I'm trying to find something specific here. We might need that as well. Well, probably not right now, actually. So what I'm looking for right now is there. Oh wait, no, it's already on there. Why would I need that? Okay. Wait, that won't fit on there. Whoops. So I do need that. Okay. So we're gonna get started on the Kriss Vector here. This is what I'm gonna use as a template for the grip and all that. So we're gonna just basically modify this grip to make it look a lot like a Vector. Your request, I build spends the whole time looking at requests and giving excuses to why I won't build them. Thing is, in LDD, it's really hard to build certain things because there are a bunch of restrictions. So it's really, really insanely hard to do. L96, that's, I mean, some guns I've just made too many times and I just cannot ask myself to make them again. So, I wouldn't say they're excuses, they're more just, I don't know. I guess they are excuses. Hey guys. So while I'm here, I'm just gonna go around and check if I... Okay. I was just gonna check if I released the file. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go to my vector video on my other screen, and I'm gonna try to, wherever it is, I have no clue where it could be. Vector, 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 vector. Thing is, the op is just super simple to make, so it's nothing special. You'll have your vector file done soon. That's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna have to make that and then give you a shout out for that. That's gonna be awesome. Okay, so right now on my other screen I'm just looking at my vector video to grab some inspiration of how I've made it in the past. Sorry. So the grip is primarily what I would end up struggling with. So we're gonna go ahead and flatten out the bottom here, so we have something that's as flush as we can get it, I guess. You can't really do too much here. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab these pieces, slap them on the sides here. Now I can't remember if this grip is super comfortable, but I believe it is. That sounds like a dumb thing, but it's that's okay. It's alright. I just kind of have, I guess you could say, there are dumb excuses. Sticky ham man, what the I have no idea what's going on. Okay. So if I miss the chance sometimes, whoops. I'll have to apologize, but I'm trying to be a master designer here. The music is also stopped, but I can't be bothered to start it again. So we're gonna sit here without music, I guess. What? No. Screw off. I just opened up my Discord on accident. I really need a better system for this. What the fuck is going on? What's up, Nils? Yeah, I'm gonna release most of the guns that I've shown because I'm not gonna make them in real life, so it's gonna be all of a sudden there's gonna be a massive release of just a bunch of guns because I'm not gonna make them in real life, and then you guys can just download them and pretty much do whatever you want with them since I haven't made a video. And to be honest, I don't really care too much about the whole credit giving thing because YouTube doesn't care too much about whose content stuff was originally, so I just I just don't care anymore. And trying to stop a bunch of people doing pretty much the same thing would be pretty hard to do. So you know, most of the files that I've released, I don't really care too much if people don't give credit for. It's more they'll get beat up by YouTube if YouTube doesn't appreciate the fact that they've taken someone else's content. So at this point, at that point, then it's not my fault anymore. So LDD is not available for mobile as far as I know. James Bond guns. I believe the golden gun is pretty easy to make since it's kind of just a bunch of stacked bricks. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an idiot, just saying that it's really easy, but it's I'd imagine it to be since it is really just a bunch of stacked bricks. But I don't know if I'd bother giving that one a try since it's. I try to make stuff that people can kind of, you know, relate to, you know, see things that they, you know, have always wanted to see built in Lego and all that, so Okay, let's tilt that trigger. There it is. That's gonna be the trigger. Now we're gonna have this super tricky thing we're gonna have to do. So on my vector that I've made in real life, the trigger guard is connected using hinges in these kinds of hook pieces, and that is absolute hell to make work in LDD. So it's also going to be hell for me to make the magazine in LDD, so I'm not too sure if I'm actually going to make the magazine in LDD, because it might just not be possible for me to do whatsoever, but I will try my best. Let's see here. Yeah, Dr. Lemon, I know you've been requesting the Groza for the longest time, and I've gotten really far on the Groza several times, but then when I've, just tried to test a couple of things on it, then it's actually just broken. Because it's not the sturdiest thing that could ever be made in Lego. So I am really sorry that I've kept saying, oh, I'll make it and all that, but it's really just because it's been breaking constantly, and I'm not too proud of that, but that's just how it is, I guess. 10mm pistol from Fallout 4. I think someone's requested that several times, and I don't know if I've ever looked at that, so I'm actually going to go have a look right now. 10mm pistol. Fallout 4 is what he requested it from. I believe it was from the other Fallout game as well. That looks interesting. It's kind of an odd pistol. That's got a lot of weird things that stick out on it, and a bunch of curves that I don't know if would be very easy to do. I'll try it out, I guess, at some point. Okay, I'm just trying to click things without even looking. So now we're gonna go and see how we're gonna do this. So I think we're just gonna go with a big ass plate, a 4x12, right there. And we're gonna put our. Actually, we don't need a trigger stopper on this. The trigger on the Vector comes out quite a bit, and definitely doesn't look like this. But there's no other way I'd make it without it being fucking huge, to say it mildly. I mean, could probably do something like that, and then you have a bit of a hole, but it won't be as realistic as the real Vector. I'm gonna go have a look at the chat again. Yeah, I haven't seen too many people do it, but it's possible that other people could do it. I'm just not sure how it would work, As someone previously stated, I kind of come up with some bad excuses, but it's kind of hard to make designs that I'm not super motivated for as well, so it just kind of becomes a bit hard to do. So I'm trying to see here how I did this, and I believe I didn't use jumper plates, actually. I think I just had straight up things. One thing I will say, though, once I'm done with this gun, it's going to be a free LDD file that you guys can just download and do whatever with. Since I've made it in stream, and it's not something that I've put a bunch of effort into in real life. So even if I don't finish it this live stream, I'm gonna finish it at some point and then release it. So that's gonna be an 8. There we go. I'm gonna slap you down here, and I think we might be ready for. How the hell did I do that? That's how I did it. Okay. So this is kind of interesting. Damn. It would be awesome if I would do that, Jaeger, but It's really hard to do that. I have no idea how you would do that. At least Gatling gun, isn't that like a minigun? M1 Garand. I've made the M1 Garand in the past. I've wanted to remake it, but I don't have the pieces that I would want to have to make it as good as I really want it to be, because I want it to be absolutely amazing. And I don't think I'd be able to do that. What is this? Why is it not? Okay, let's give something a shot here. Let's do something different than I have in the video. Did this not? Oh, that's why it's not working. It's because it's stupid. Oh, it's LDD. God damn it. I should have probably measured how far out it goes before I removed it, but it's too late. I told you guys this was a pain. You're making the Glock 17? I'm guessing that's the old one. The one that I made like a while ago. That I can't exactly recall which one, because I've made so many Glocks. I've made a ton of them. It's actually kind of stupidly insane how many Glocks I've made. And of course, we end up with this beautiful problem. That was probably really loud, and not as I wanted it to sound. Let's see here. There's a lot of back and forths here. So the initial thing I had going on here probably would have worked as I wanted it to. I'm guessing I did actually use jumper plates, or I didn't, and now I'm just being like an absolute idiot and going back to the problems I had in the past with this exact same thing. Which is exactly what I did. That's okay. We can easily fix this by just shoving a plate under that. Right? Right. As I suspected, LDD would not allow such actions to happen, because it God. Fucking damn it. Do I have any more of the simple models? I don't have a ton of simple models, because most of them do require a lot of pieces. Why is this not working, though? Like, let's get some precision in here. Precision. Like that? This should, if this doesn't work. Okay, there we go. Thank you. As I was saying, yeah, I don't have too many, more simple any more simple files. Build a Terminator head? I have no idea how I would do something like that. That's, I think that's where we would draw a safe line. Okay, Terminator head. That's an odd one for sure. So right now I'm doing the traditional method that you guys have probably seen on a ton of vectors, as well as mine that I made just recently. The great technique of using these slopes here. Can we also just talk about how this doesn't work? Like, what is this? What is this? Why does this not work? Like, God, okay, well, you know what, screw it. Then we're gonna leave that open. If I can't fill that in, then it's gonna be left open. I don't care. So now we're gonna have to put these pieces up here, because plates are, they take a lot of space. I'm sorry if it's kind of awkward that I just suddenly stare into the camera. But that's where the parts list is. It's right there for me, so don't worry about that. The one with the white slide. Oh, right, the Glock 19 thing. So, yeah. Build garlic bread. If I could eat it, then I would build it, but I can't eat it, so I'm not going to build it. That's just how it's going to work. It will not happen. If I can't enjoy the delicious garlic bread that I've made, then it's not happening. There we go. Gonna have some really low music that I'm gonna set on repeat probably. I am building a vector right now. I should probably change the title to Vector Live Build. Should I? Yo, Linus, I know you're building a vector, and I know your vector is gonna be better, but that's because you're a bit better with mechanisms than I am. Oh no, that's not connected. Let's just connect this before we make a mistake. Try to tilt this so I can... Okay, now I almost killed LDD right there. My god. I've been making a design for a break action double barrel sawed-off, whatever you want to call it. I've been working on a design where it breaks open, and it actually uses the proper lever system that real ones do. And it's looking pretty cool so far, but I don't have any anything I can show yet, because it's not done, and I need it to be completed before I will even bother thinking about showing it off, because it looks pretty dumb right now. So I'm gonna have it said it's really hard to build in real life, or in LDD compared to real life. At least when you're building something tricky like the Vector. The Vector is really quite not fun to make in LDD. But I'm doing it because you guys wanted it, so... I'm sure people want a file for a Vector as well, so... Yeah, well, you know, that building IRL thing... wherever the stuff I built ended up. Yeah, I actually have no idea where that's gone. But yeah, it didn't last long. It got really boring. Okay, This is... this is where it gets hellish. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, no, didn't think so. Of course. Looks like we're gonna have some fun. Like a grenade launcher? That would be really unsturdy, and I don't know if that would be even possible. Haven't thought about that one, so I can't say that's not creative. Getting overwhelmed here with trying to think. So I think this will work. Oh, okay, maybe I have to select all of them. There we go. And no. Oh no! You see the... I don't know if you guys can see how close that is to working, but it just doesn't. So how do I fix this? I have an idea. We might just have to do this. Because you see, the problem is, well, this would work. It would be so much easier to just connect this. I have no idea what technique Alan and Kriss used for this. I haven't seen their vectors in, like, forever. Ever since they were first released is probably when I last saw it. Will it allow me to do this? No. Not at all. Okay, so I'm gonna try a feature that I have no idea if it will work. No, okay. I have to literally angle every single one of them alone. Then I think it's better to just do this, maybe? I might have to do this in a different way. Oh. This is kind of painful to look at, you know? This is sad indeed. This is I don't know how to fix this. We're gonna just pull that out and select those again and do this and then do this. That way they might be a bit straight. And pull up LDD figures it out. Okay. I would like to think that it goes a bit too far for it to work. Yep, it sure does. Okay. So we're just gonna end up deleting those. We're gonna have to grab this piece. I believe we can just do that. Yeah, okay, good. And we're gonna pretend that this is connected, okay? Let's just agree on this, that it's connected. Okay, yeah, I can't even put a tile there. Okay, so it's gonna be left like that. But at least, yeah, we have this connected. It's good. It's great. Now we're gonna want to do the stock, I think. And we're gonna make a folding stock in LDD because why not? I mean, there's pretty much no reason not to, since it's a lot easier to do it in LDD than in real life, because in real life you have the possibilities of those pieces breaking, and mine do, which is the reason why I don't usually make them in real life. What time is it? It's 10:32. No, wait, 9:32 p.m. So it's not late. I don't know if you can even see the. Yeah, you can see it's getting dark outside. It's kind of cloudy as well, so it does get a bit darker when it's cloudy. But I mean, usually it's not too dark over here by this time. I see the views have dropped a lot. That's probably because people aren't satisfied that I'm not making their thing. But the thing is, I can't make several guns at once. If it was possible, I would, but I can't. It's a sad reality. And also, it's probably kind of boring to just sit here and watch some dude make a gun. That's gonna take forever to make. So right now this piece is floating, which is okay. But we're gonna make this commit not float by doing that. Then we're gonna try to fit a fire sector in here somewhere. Only 5 people, because people tend to get bored for some reason. I would like to think that I'm not that boring, but I guess I am. So just because I can't be bothered to try to make the button system work in LDD, I'm just gonna go with the good old MDN technique, or you know, the technique that I also used for even watching MDN, which is just doing this. It's what I did in the video for the actual vector, and it works, you know. So you just shove a pin in there and you put this piece on, and then it just works. It's great. If you can find the piece that you need to use. There it is. So just shove that in there, put this on, and there you go. That's it's not gonna work yet. We're gonna need to get some hinges. I believe this is the piece I usually use there. Put that on there, and I think that'll work. I have the ability to live stream. I just can't live stream because I'm an idiot. Like, there are probably a couple of good techniques to live streaming, like not being boring and all that. I don't know how to do that, you know. So you're just gonna have to stick to me just talking constantly to try to break the silence that we would otherwise have. So that's gonna make the roof of our vector. We're gonna call it a roof because we can. We're gonna go for a medium stone gray stock. It's gonna look a bit weird there, but that's okay. This doesn't look a lot like a vector. It looks like someone really trying super hard to make a vector. But that's gonna work. So I'm looking at my video right now. Okay. So I have some 2x3 inverted slopes going down here. And then we have a screw detail, which in real life are a lot more fun to put on than an LDD. As most things are. But I just don't feel motivated to build in real life right now, so it's gonna be fun with LDD. I mean, most people don't even watch my live streams anyways, and the people who are watching right now, I'm surprised there's, you know, I'm surprised you guys are still around, because I mean, if I was, you know, not me right now, then I would probably watch this stream only if I'm, you know, playing a game. That's like the only entertaining way I'd be able to watch this, because you don't really get too much entertainment just by watching someone build something. I mean, I guess some people would, you know, find it entertaining to build along. But that's not really possible here, because I make so many changes that it becomes, you know, really annoying, to the point where you're gonna have to skip forward several times and skip backwards, you know, just to see if I actually pulled through with the technique. I apparently needed a bit of a longer plate, but we're coming close to the signature technique that everyone uses when making the vector, except, you know, actual good gun builders. I guess you could say. So we're just gonna put the same thing in here. What am I doing? Okay. I'm pretty sure, like, even if I were to do some, like, even more fun and more exciting thing, like playing video games with my different username or some shit, people wouldn't watch that, because people get bored, impatient, you know. Okay, so the worst part about a vector is coming up. And that's getting the magazine angled. And my god. Okay, that's how I did that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna put some of these corner plates, which are heaven. I love these things to death. And here in a bit, I'm actually gonna go ahead and show you guys a build that is awaiting its upload. I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload it, but it might be next of all the videos that I'm gonna upload. And it's a really cool pistol that I have wanted to make for the longest time, and I was finally able to make it in a satisfactory way. And I'm pretty excited to release that when I, of course, do. I have no idea how I've done this part. Definitely not like that, though. I believe the way I might have done this is something along this way. Now, this is gonna look weird for a bit, but just to go with it. Okay. And now we're gonna put the fun pieces. Again, standard generic inverted slopes, or you know, just these series of slopes in general that quite a bit of people don't have, which is understandable because they're hard to get. But this is where you really see kind of the vector shine coming through, where it's gonna start looking a bit more like a vector once we start forming the handguard piece. And this is where it would be really tricky to try to shove a magazine in LDD, but I think I'm gonna give it a shot actually, somehow. I appreciate the kind words, Lucas. Okay. So, it looks like everything is about as aligned as I want it to be. We do have some more screw details to shove on there, so. Right now I have a picture of the Vector just pulled up, just so I can see where I need to put the screw details. So there's going to be one about there, it seems. Yeah, right there. So that means that we can build our magwell a tiny bit. And then we need a plate on top here. I believe that's going to be a 10 plate we're going to shove in here. There we go. We may as well just fill in this gap. And then shove some 8 pieces in there. And I'm considering maybe moving these pieces, unless if it goes high enough up. We're going to test this out. Because it needs to be about there. So right here, that goes perfectly. Okay, good. Some of these things might look really strange, but these are some of the things that I do in real life just to sort of line up details and all that. This is actually one of the things that I need to make as a template. I need to make just one of these pieces, screw detail pieces, as a template, just so I can pull them out and just copy and paste them and pump them out like there's no tomorrow. Lightstone gray, and boop. Of course, we're gonna have to put this piece on top here so we can line it up, and we're gonna just delete those. Put you there. Put it there. Right here. And down there. There we go. Now we have that saved as a template. The lower seems too fat. Which kind of fat? Because you gotta realize that this is LDD, so everything's gonna look a bit different than in real life. But if you didn't realize, the lower on the vector is quite long, because you gotta have space for the system. It might be, yeah, actually I've made a mistake. That's kind of a good call, but at the same time it wasn't really too big of an issue. But it's gonna take me a little while to fix this, because you can see what I've done here. I need to... Did I really only select those things? God damn it. Okay, we're just gonna have to move that a bit after. Let's see here. We're gonna have to select all this and move it back a tiny bit. There should be a better way for me to select this without getting that bottom piece selected. So I'm gonna have to select that individually. Put that in there. There we go. Perfect. Or maybe not. I'm gonna need to stack some plates on there so we can get the right height. What's up, Bobby? A bunch of people requested a vector, so I'm building a vector. Which I'm gonna release the LDD file for as soon as I'm done with building it. Also, for anyone who hasn't heard me say it yet, I do apologize about the delay that is on the stream. That's because of where I live and where most of you guys live. So it's just gonna have to be an issue that we're gonna deal with, but that's okay. I hope. Right? Man, that's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Down there. Then up. So you're gonna see this and it's gonna look ugly because there are a bunch of lines, but that's just so it's easier for me to see when I'm actually building, because I use black as a main color and then some lighter colors for the details, so the details are a bit more visible. But in real life I would never use black because it's way too dark. This is more like a bluish black, so it's a lot easier to see in LDD. But yeah, usually I wouldn't use black. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna give a little shout out to Oplinist for mentioning that the lower was getting a bit too long. Just shortening it one side made it be a bit more accurate, because, you know, as I made a video on, you kind of line up stuff using the grip, and then using it on everything else, and that's kind of the thing that I'm doing right now. You know, just looking at it in general. So I think it's about time that we build up some stuff. Worst stitches. So this is where we pretty much just stack a bunch of bricks and make it properly lined up. So what will be an issue eventually is the fact that the magazine's got to be angled, and I got to find a way to do that, and I might actually have a way to do this. So this is going to be really, this is probably going to take a while. So what my technique is going to be is I'm going to put this in here, angle this at the angle that I want it to be, and then I'll gradually fix this until, oh no, did I just flip that upwards? I think that's flipped upwards, yeah. Everything's being annoying. LDD is hard when you're working in different angles than it's used to. So we're just going to start off with this as an angle, and we're going to just put a 2x16 plates on here, and then we're gonna shape it like this. You see? So now it goes like that. And I do realize that it's not gonna be exactly straight like this. So I'm gonna need to, because it's gonna be way too angled anyways. So I think we're gonna put a 1x2 right there, and that's gonna be where we shove this piece on again, because we don't want it to be too angled, but we want it to be angled enough, and it is a really tricky angle to get. But in real life it is a bit easier to do than in LDD. And that is not enough. So we're gonna need to remove this piece again, and we're gonna put a stack of 2 plates instead. Like this. Now we're gonna select this piece again, and you see now the magazine rod piece plate isn't angled enough. So now we've angled it a bit more, shove it in here, and it works. So now we'll see how much we can angle it down. It looks like it needs a bit more of an angle, which means that I know exactly what to do. Which is a good sign, because that means that we can make it nice and sturdy. Like this. So now that front part is actually not connected, so take back whatever I said that it was going to be nice and sturdy. There we go, that's what I meant to do. A bit more what I meant to do, at least. There we go. I appreciate the feedback. What's your name? Noah Slippery. I guess that's what your name is. I don't want to get too close. It's gonna look really dumb if I get too close to my screen. You guys are gonna shame me for being blind. Anyways, back to the Vector. We have our magazine angled, and it's looking pretty. So now what we're gonna do is the even harder part in LDD, deciding how many bricks and how far down it's gonna go, of course. And then after that, we're gonna have to, okay, that's a bit too long. And after that, we're gonna have to put pieces in the back where it's gonna be essentially holding this pushed forwards. So I think I'm gonna color this red, and that's gonna be, like in all my other files, a piece that you're supposed to remove when, you know, the gun's close to finished. So one thing we're actually gonna do, we're gonna, whoops, move the mag up as far as we can here. I think I can go one more stud. Okay, that's too far. One more stud down. Okay. Our views have popped down a little bit again. As I said, it's probably just people that were upset that they didn't get the gun that they wanted built. But I just cannot be bothered to make a bunch of mainstream guns that I've made several times. I mean, the Vector I've only made once successfully. So this is the second Vector that I'm ever making. This is a software called Lego Digital Designer. If you just search it or even just write in LDD, then I think it's gonna pop up. But it's free to download, and it's really easy to use. You have a bunch of other programs that you could probably use, but they're probably not going to be as easy to use first time using them. Okay, and there you go. It looks like we're going to have a plate and a tile, perhaps. I'll go ahead and write it in chat so you can search it up. There you go. I'm gonna make sure that the seams don't line up here. Have fun, Oplanist. So one thing we're going to do here, we're going to make sure that we can get as big of a mag as possible. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to extend the back here, because I realize I can get a realistic size if I just shorten it a bit more, like I probably should. There we go. I think it's going to get pretty close right there. I'm not even sure if that's going to work, but we're going to give it a shot, you know. Yeah, sadly it's only on PC. But I mean, it would be really tricky to use on phone anyways, so even if it was on phone, I wouldn't recommend it. I've hidden pieces. Oh, right. That piece. Probably gonna want to hide that again. I can't seem to find where I want to get the... There we go. I think that's where it should be. Yeah. There we go, and that's our close enough to full-size Vector magazine. Properly angled. I'm not too sure what it's holding its angle on, actually. We're gonna have to open this up and find out. It's angled on that. I have an idea that might work in our favor here. Nope. Okay, so it's actually super snug right now, which is perfect. That means that I'm not gonna mess with it whatsoever. It's actually perfect right now. So, my foot has fallen asleep. That's really weird. And so am I, apparently. Okay, so I don't think the plate would reach all the way there. That's not centered. There we go. Now we're gonna shove some 1x8s on the sides of that. A lot of 1x1s, apparently. Can't remember using too many of those, but I think I did. Because they're good pieces. They're just really insanely rare. But there we go. You can see how snug it is because you can see there's no gap in between there. And there's no gap where it's leaning right here. Or, I mean, there is a gap. It's technically just this piece holding everything on. But it would be super snug in real life. And now we start the fun process of... or actually, it's probably not going to be that hard to do here because... Oops. It's already being held by the bottom here, and now we just need a couple more reinforcing pieces to make sure that it holds in. Yep, it really is only for PC. But as I said earlier, I mean, if it was on phone, it would probably be insanely hard to use, and I mean, I would at least not use that. That would be really, you know, not fun. Because it would make designing so much harder to do. There we go. I do kind of want to put a bit of a detail here that's probably not going to be properly positioned, but it's going to be a fake magazine release. There we go. So it's going to look like it has a working mag release, but it doesn't. But that's just detail. That's gonna work, I think. I think we're not quite ready yet to put a piece in here to hold it in. So I think we're gonna have one more layer of bricks, and then we're gonna have the brick that's gonna be pushing it. At least I think. It looks like, yep, okay, perfect. That's just what we want. So now it's so tight that it's gonna be, it's gonna hold. This is gonna be super good. So once I complete this gun, I'm gonna release the file for it. I'm just gonna make a quick video, you know, going over it as I usually do with most of the files I make in LDD. And then if any of you guys actually were to make this, then you know, I would of course want you guys to record it and put it on YouTube so I could see it, because that's one thing I really like seeing, is when people have made my guns. And especially some people that have made my guns into working guns, which is pretty cool. So I think now we're coming to the point where there's a bolt catch. Or actually, no, not quite yet, but we're closing up to there. That's an 8. That's a 6. I need an 8. There we go. Let's shove her in there. Stack some plates, and that's gonna be finished right there. We may want a bit of a plate layer here, just to kind of bind this together. So I think we're going to use the corner pieces. It's funny, I mentioned the corner pieces down here earlier, and I didn't even end up using them. I ended up removing them completely, because they didn't fit in. So that's kind of dumb. That's what happens when you get too you know, design happy, I guess. And we're now gonna remove this piece. So I'm actually pretty proud that I managed to do that properly. Now it's, you know, good looking. We're gonna need an 8 plate. Put that in there. We're gonna have a 6 right there. Chat's been dead. That's kind of depressive. What would you expect from one of my live streams, though? I mean, I usually don't have people talking constantly, which is kind of a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because then there's, you know, not a lot of people. Hello? Not a bunch of people just saying random stuff and being annoying. But it's also really just quiet, and, you know, I'm just kind of talking to myself now, just, you know, trying to think of things to say. But I guess we'll foreshadow a bit to the people who are watching this when it's happened. I guess you guys are really judging me hard on that. That would be fun. And I totally wouldn't think about that all the time. This is why I prefer streaming games. You don't have the absolute silence of just you talking and then just some music, you know? The same music repeated several times. But I think once we drop to 3 viewers, I'm probably gonna stop the stream here, and I'm gonna do some other stuff instead. Watch some YouTube, play some fun games with the brand new steering wheel I bought myself to replace my old one, which just moved around on my desk and was super annoying overall. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be a useless piece. I was literally gonna do like nothing. Okay. Okay, we're gonna shove a rail on the bottom here. It's just gonna be another one of those not too special rails that just look like that. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. There we go. And we're gonna make this dark gray, just so it's visible. So I mean, I am pretty happy with this so far. It's of course nothing super special, but it is something. So I think instead of making the fake rail mounts, I'm just gonna make actual rails. Because rails look a bit cooler anyways, and you can attach stuff, especially in LDD, when you can just make a bunch of attachments and just have the most fun. Yeah, I see Noah Slippery is still here, so that's good. At least we have someone. I'm just not completely talking to myself. I think it's bolt catch time. So we're gonna make a fake bolt catch, because I have no clue how you would make the vector bolt catch properly work. Because I'm dumb. You know, that's just that's gonna be our reasoning. Alright, and we're gonna have our barrel come out on top here. I'm not sure why I did that. We're gonna make one with using maybe some rims. Probably gonna want to do that. So apparently I'm getting informed by the YouTube streaming thing that my bitrate is really low, and I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna ignore it. So if everything goes to shit in a short amount of time, then you know what's happened. I don't think it's gonna. I think we're good on that. I think I have an idea for a barrel. We're gonna use some wheels and tires. So we're just gonna have to try to make a good choice down here. Whoops, that's a tire. That's a dumb one. We might just want to use that just with the cross hole instead. With cross. Just playing a game? Yeah, that's what I would do as well if I was not me. That's gonna be our it's gonna be our barrel. It's just gonna be that and this, pretty much. Or if that's not okay, that's smooth enough. We're gonna leave that. That looks kind of cool, I guess. It's gonna look a bit better in the render, which I will do in the thumbnail of the video, tutorial video that I'm gonna make for this. So, god damn it. I just realized that there's a technique that I really want to use, but it's technically an illegal technique, so LDD won't allow you to do that, and I think we'll be a bit screwed. There's another way I would do it, but it's also technically an illegal technique. Man. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and change our title here. I'll change the thumbnail of that title in a bit when the thing is okay. I think I okay. Yeah, okay. I think I have the design. I just have no idea where that piece could be. I'm also starting to get a second worry that this magazine might be a bit too high up. And if that's the case, then we gotta do something. Why did I do this? Why has that happened? Okay. I'm gonna bring back the piece that I had, in here. That was oriented in some dumb fashion. Where was it even? Was it up there? It was up there, right? With the 2 plates below. And this is gonna be just to move the magazine a bit down, because it's way too high, and that's gonna make issues with our charging handle that's coming up soon. It's just gonna ride right here. I think. Oh, man. Sometimes I don't like thinking about how tall the vector can end up being. Okay, we're gonna shove some stuff in here again. There we go, perfect. Gonna go check here. I'm gonna change the song out because I'm starting to get really tired of it. I can listen to a song so many times. I just have to try to use non-copyrighted music because because I don't want copyright strikes. So I did not add this light fire. I am not sure why I didn't, but I'm gonna put it in right now just so that you've mentioned it. What's up, Lol Saber? We've got a nice vector going here, or hopefully nice vector. We haven't even done the stock yet, so we're not really close to done. But I can do a bunch of fun stuff with the stock because I have a couple of M4 stocks, and I think I'm gonna make so that you can. What is going on here? Come on, just get in there. I'm gonna make so that you can put on different stocks. Pretty much is what I'm trying to get at. I haven't even looked at how the webcam is oriented, and I don't know if I'm like going too low. I don't know. Why do I even have webcams? No one comes here to look at my face. It's more just the weird faces I make while I'm building. Oh. Oh man. Oh. So now what I wanted to achieve, I realize I probably can't achieve that now. Yeah, okay, let's try something here. So what I want to do is I want to make the fire selector have a stop so that it doesn't just swing around like this several times. And the way I usually do that is I just stuff a little Technic piece between the two different selector handles, whatever they're called, and then a Technic piece. But I don't think I'll be able to do that here because of that piece. And I do want a perfect position on the... I believe this is the safety I'm working on right now. Yeah, it's the safety. So right now these holes are in perfect position, as they should be right at the front of the grip. So, I mean, we're just gonna go with it. Don't self-deprecate. I can't recall what I said, so I have no idea. It's possible I just said something random that I was not supposed to say. So if I did do something similar to that, I will have to apologize. I have no idea why I've done that. I guess it's a poor attempt at trying to be funny, I guess. I don't know. I think this might do. So usually I would just have a rod that's stuck out here, and then, you know, as you push this down, then it would just stop right here in here. But I don't think that would work with this one. We're gonna have this dark stone gray. I can actually just give it a shot right now and see if it would actually work. I don't think so, though. I do think it's a bit too high up. Or a bit too low down, I mean. Yeah, no, doesn't fit in there. As I would think. That piece was on there. Let's keep hiding that. So since these pieces fit in, then we're just gonna put them in here again. And we're gonna have this issue, but we're just gonna have to, we're gonna live with it. We're gonna make it look not so ugly as well. So I'm happy this technique actually works in LDD. It's been a lifesaver a couple of times. So I think one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna have the colors that you have like for semi-auto, full auto, burst, all those things. I don't think I'm gonna bother having that. It's kind of just like a useless feature in my opinion. So right now what I'm going to try to find is the piece that I need for the bolt catch, because I've just tried to evade the bolt catch a couple of times. Right, that's how it is. I thought that piece came with a round thing inside it. That's problematic. We're going to need to look here and see if we can find a good piece. Plate with rail, that's that piece. Good piece, but can't be used here. Maybe it's under just normal plates that I would be able to find something similar. I just looked there actually. Build a Colt M1908 pocket hammerless. I have no clue what that is. Colt M1908 hammerless. That looks pretty simple actually. It looks like something I'd be able to make like right now. But I actually kind of want to do that right now. We're gonna go ahead and save this as just Vector. I mean, I'm sure at the moment I release this file, someone's gonna use it to make a Vector 308, and I'm gonna have to ask for that file just so I can have that, because it would be fun. But yeah, I guess I'll take a little Vector break and I'll do the pistol they just suggested. So since it is a Colt pistol, it's got a name pocket as well. It looks like it's gonna be 3 wide. So I think it would fit if I were to do like this. Okay. And what we'll do now is take a 1x3, 1x1, another 1x3 perhaps. That's gonna be too long. 1x2, 1x2. Get a 1x3 on there. And we're gonna get some of these. It's looking a tiny bit large actually. I'm gonna have to rethink that a tiny bit, but we'll see once we get a bit further here. Looks like it's fine. Probably not. One thing that's going to be tricky is getting the wooden panels on here, but we'll try it. Once I can get dimensions that I'm happy with. There we go, I think that'll be a bit more correct. It does look like a really tiny thing. So I'd imagine this to be quite accurate to what you'd want. So I guess this would kind of be like a record of how fast I've, made something that someone's requested, I guess. But it does seem kind of kind of simple. So we're gonna take those out and we're gonna replace those with some of these pieces, just so we can try to fit some side panels on there and have them looking good. The magazine release is on the bottom, so we're lucky there. Actually, one thing that I can do that I realize is we can do this. And that way we don't even have to make side panels. But I think I may want to make some side panels on there anyways. Okay, so it seems we've stooped quite low down in the viewers department, so we're gonna I'm gonna finish this little pistol up, and then we're gonna call it a stream, because at some point when a bunch of people have left, and there's not a lot of desire for others to come and watch. But I do appreciate this request. This is actually a pretty cool pistol, and I mean, yeah, it's cool. We're gonna have that piece, this piece, that piece right there. Color that. We're gonna want probably another one of these pieces. But it's gonna be a bit of a different color. Why did I sound so dumb right there? What even? Fuck my life. I was so dumb. Oh fuck. So this is gonna be what? There we go. So this pistol seems to be a bit trickier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be just a super quick build. But it's actually got a couple of challenges in it, which I like. Oh man. For some reason my neck is killing me. Let's see here. Right now I'm just making again that someone just requested that seemed pretty small and quick, which is the Colt M1908 Pocket Hammerless. Build the M4A1. I'm gonna show you a magic trick. Okay, you ready for this magic trick? This is gonna be insanely cool. Boom. there's an M4A1. Defu, I was working on a little pistol called the Colt M1908 Pocket Hammerless that someone had just requested. So, oh right, yeah, I forgot about the delay. Whoops, I'm sorry. I just repeated myself. I keep forgetting about it. But yeah, Christian Dome, M4A1, right there. Okay, let's go back to work. So this thing is really tricky actually, and I didn't expect it to be. I expected this to be pretty easy, and it's proving to not be easy. And you know, I usually like a little bit of a challenge, so I don't think we're gonna be able to do the complete slope right there. So it's probably gonna have to look a little bit strange, if you will. Now what's funny is I don't even think that the guy who requested this is even here anymore. But I'm still making this because I thought it seemed like it would be fun, so I'm just gonna complete it. I'm not gonna just accept the challenge and then, you know, leave it. Sorry if I'm also kind of quiet. I'm just trying to think of designs because I think it's interesting. Whoops. Of course LDD has to do that to me. Forgot that this happens. That's perfect actually. That's actually great. No sarcasm. Because what happens now is we can do that. And grab this. Color that and perfect. Literally just perfect. So we're gonna do the same thing here again. On this side. I'm just gonna copy from the other side because it's gonna be quicker. Boom. Boom. And boom. So I would love to just show you guys the picture that I have, just so you could compare it, but I guess you can probably just Google this. Dragonov SVDS. I believe I've actually made that before, so you can go check that out on my channel. Unless that's the one with the magazine in the front. I can't tell. Actually, yeah, it is. In that case, I don't think I have the pieces for that. Will I ever build an SV98? SV98. I'm not too sure, but yeah, actually, I think I will. I'll definitely, yeah, I'm gonna remember that one. I'm gonna put that in the requests thing. So I'm definitely gonna make that at some point. That might actually be the next skin I'm gonna make. It's hard to say, but it's I think it is gonna be for sure. That looks that looked really good. Of course, I do like my bolt action sniper rifles quite a lot, so I would build one of those pretty quickly. Oh man. I'm now realizing how many times this song is looped. I think it's about time to switch it up a bit. I'm just having something in the background, just so that it's not just my talking constantly, which can probably get pretty boring since my voice is kind of monotone. And my voice is also slightly dying, which is normal because I don't talk for a really long time, usually. Okay. Now yeah, I'll just go grab that. Perfect. And there we go, that's our base. So now we're gonna get one of these pieces. We're gonna color it in a specific color that I always use for the mags, because it's just simple. Just stacking these up, or on the bottom, I guess. That works too. Oh, we're down to 1 viewer. That's good. That's great. Yeah, maybe it's time to close off the stream. If there's only 1 person watching, I highly doubt that there's gonna be any reason to keep the stream going. Since there's only 1 person, and that's not a lot. Alright, of course, that's one of those pieces. In case anyone was ever wondering, this is not music that I usually listen to. It's just copyright free and good for YouTube, who think that you're not allowed to use actual good music for your videos. I just think you should use free stuff. What's the other side look like? The other side is literally nothing. We're gonna grab you again. We'll probably color you black, because you look kind of dumb not being black. Don't worry about that one. That's gonna be our safety, which on the actual one is just a notch that goes into the slide. So that's innovation right there. Let's just go ahead and finish up the magazine before I forget about it. I would probably forget about that since it's such a minor detail. There we go. That doesn't look too bad, right? I mean, I do think it looks pretty dumb down there with the mag, but I don't think there's much I can do about that, so. Will I ever make a gun from Doom? Probably not. I haven't played Doom, and I know nothing about Doom. So it's, it would be kind of pointless for me to make something from that game. Or, you know, I guess I could just do some research and figure out stuff about guns from Doom, but I don't know. As much as I do requests, I usually try to do guns that, you know, people would want to watch as well. Big hack. And now what we're pretty much just going to do on this is tile it out. So we're going to start off with having our attachment point where the slide is going to attach. So we're going to give it about that much, and we'll have a 2x3 in there. So I know it says Kriss Vector in the title, but someone requested this little thing, and I intend to complete this and end the stream. So for anyone popping in, a hidden blade that's functional. I believe a bunch of other people have done that on YouTube, so I'm not going to be one of those people that does it because it's just been done too many times. And I do think it's kind of a more or less boring thing. Okay, that looks gross. There we go, that's a better color. So this is going to be our working slide. Whoops. We'll need a 6 plate. And probably one last layer here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy that requested this, this gun is gone. But, I mean, I guess I'll still do it. What's the biggest thing you've ever created? That's a good question. If you're thinking in length or in height, or in weight, then, I think I'm gonna say the Negev is the biggest thing I've created. So the video for that is on my channel. It's quite far down because it was a long time ago, after all. But it was a really good gun. A collaboration with Caro's Creations. Oh wait, no, the slide doesn't go. It goes a bit more forwards, I believe. I believe the slide goes to about here. maybe a bit further. It's hard to tell. Yeah, Negev is probably the biggest gun I've made. Otherwise, biggest thing, I believe it's gonna be a Barrett I made a couple of years ago. It was rainbow, but it was still pretty big. So I'd say it counted as a gun. One of the staffs in Origins, in Zombies. I have no idea how I would do that, because I don't think I have all the glowing neon fun pieces that you would use. So I'm not too sure how well that would go. I mean, I could probably do that. I'll just need to see, I guess. I'll try to look for some pieces, and I'll see if I have the colors to do that. Because if I can end up being like the first to do that, then that would be pretty cool. Why didn't I just delete those things? I'm gonna imagine the slide on this can be kind of high, so I'm gonna make it be kind of high. Okay, that's probably gonna be a bit too high. Or I might just use those as rear sights. No, that won't work. That's too high. Other way to do that. Google search. I guess we'll work on the slide guide meanwhile. So with this, I'm probably gonna need to open this up a little bit. I should probably change the title again to when I started making this gun, just so people wouldn't be so confused coming in here. But I don't think we have too many people in here, so I wouldn't say that's too much of a worry. Quite a bit of people left when I actually started building, which I find weird. Or maybe it's the repetitive music. Maybe it's my bad ability to live stream and keep people entertained enough to stay here. I don't know. My piece is hidden, but I don't see anything that got shown, so that's weird. Let's see here. What's up, Lego Maniac? Right now, it says Kriss Vector in the title, but it's gonna be a Colt M1908 that someone requested right before they left the stream, so I put it on myself to just complete this and then end the stream. So once this is done, we're gonna end the stream. But yeah, initially I was making a vector, so before I end the stream I can get that open and I can show it off before we call it a night. So I am pretty close to completing this. We just need to fit in the shell ejection port, which is quite in the middle right here. Pretty small as well, actually. So right there. We're going to use cheese slopes to form it, or shape it, I guess you could say. Form it is a dumb word to try to use there. So I'm not too sure if I'd bother releasing the file for this, considering it's a tiny pistol. But I mean, it's possible someone would want this, so I guess. I mean, for all I know, it's a really super popular gun in history stuff, and everyone would absolutely love to have one of these. But who knows? Yeah. This is the Vector. I was just building that other pistol because someone requested it and then just left, but I had already started, so I wanted to complete it. But yeah, the angled mag was not too bad, actually. It was pretty simple. All I did was just take a 2x16 plate, take one of those angle pieces, one of these, and just, you know, put that there, and then put the angle, and then it was done. Then I just fit in the magazine shape, and then it's perfect. Pretty much perfect. As close to perfect as I can get at the moment. But I guess since the guy that left, or requested the pistol and left, I'll just continue on this. Or I was supposed to just end when I was done with the other one, but I guess we're delaying that a bit, since our view count is jumping up. Whoa. This works in LDD. What? That's such an illegal technique, though. Okay, that's awesome. That's amazing. Okay, this makes everything so much simpler. So now what we have to do is just shove that in there. I'm gonna try to read as many comms as I want, but I'm a bit excited now that I've figured out this actually works. And it didn't when I tried it a while ago, so I don't know if it was something wrong that I did then, since it didn't work. But okay, this is gonna be pretty big. Maybe not use that design. Sure, we'll have it just not even be attached. Yeah, that would be great. I have no idea how I'd do that. I mean, I guess I can do something like this. Kind of attach it like that, sort of. It'll still end up being pretty large. You build things as well, but only made from paper? Damn. I've never been good at making stuff out of paper and all that. I've tried it several times, but I've been terrible. It just seems really hard to do. yeah, I'd call that more of a talent than being able to make Lego guns. So, hats off. Why does this not work? Because of that stud? That was the problem. Wonder if LDD will let me do this. Please. Fuck. God damn it, LDD. Yeah, about the Vector magazine release. I just did this, you know? I just put this piece here, put this piece here, and I'm calling it good enough, because these pieces kind of need to be here to make shapes, and I don't think I'd be able to have my magazine release work. I mean, you know what? Screw it. We'll see if it'll do. It's probably gonna look pretty dumb since we don't have this angle here, but you know what? You've said it. I've committed now. We're doing it. Actually, I'm sort of glad you said that, because I wasn't intending on doing it at first. So, what we're gonna have to do now is destroy our plate here. Sadly enough. And we're gonna need to... Yeah, okay. Gonna use this piece. Pop it on there. And we can shove the rod through. At first I wasn't gonna have a working mag release, but then you just came along and asked about it, or said it, and now I have to do it. So it's happening. People are gonna get a free Kriss Vector with a magazine release. Not the best magazine release, of course, but it's gonna be one nonetheless. Yeah, you've made me dedicate to make a magazine release now, so if it goes to hell, feel bad. Or, you know, don't. Because I'm the one actively trying to torture myself actually doing this, so it'll all be on me. It might actually work though. I mean, it's fully possible it's gonna work, but you're probably gonna have to press the magazine release for it to work. But I mean, that's okay. That's better than no mag release. Yep, there we go. It was that simple to just shove a mag release in here. Apparently. Actually, we're not gonna delete that piece, we're just gonna hide that piece. We're gonna need you. I'm hoping a 2x2 plate will fit in there. Oh, perfect. Okay. Oh, nope. Too early. I'm not done yet. I believe I still have quite a bit down here to do. Oh, okay. I just have to add a couple of plates. Okay. Started spazzing out a bit. There we go. Okay, so shout out goes out to E10 King for mentioning the magazine release thing, because now this has a magazine release. So yeah. Also shout out to Lego Maniac 04. I see he's asked if people want to check him out, and I'd say go for it. If I remember correctly who it is, which I think I do. I'd like to think I do. Look perfect. That just worked out so well. Because now we can see on the inside here how this angled mag works. So now you can see all the points where the mag is being held. It's being held in there, held up here, held mag release, held there, held there. So, yeah, it's actually perfect. And the mag release is just going to make it so that if your magwell has little friction, then you can easily just, you know, prevent the magazine from falling out by having a magazine release. So that's a good thing. Why did I not do that earlier? Like oh my god. I mean, the only thing we can hope for now is that this gun is actually going to be like properly good in real life. But I'm not going to make this in real life. This is going to be something that everyone else can make. Because I've made a Vector before, and I'm not going to make it again. Because it's yeah, I didn't think it would work either, but then it just worked. So that's impressive. Really is. But yeah, there you go. Magazine release will hopefully lock the magazine perfectly fine. Other than the fact that you would have to push it to have it lock. But that's... Or, you know, push it to put the magazine in. But that's okay. I mean, I guess that's a good consequence. That one's... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sacrifice. That's the one. So I think now we're gonna try to make a nice attempt at the charging handle. Sounding like I'm drunk. Not today. This is gonna be a tricky one. Need a good picture. So the shell ejection port should be right here. So I've pretty much started on it already. There we go. So that means that gets deleted, that gets deleted, and that gets deleted. We will pull our plates from the bottom. Yeah, okay. Then we'll... Whoops. We'll have it go 6 studs back. Then how's it looking in the front? It's gonna be right there. So right on this piece. Like that. Then I believe it goes back all the way to here. Pretty sure you just said here in the song, as I said here. That's weird. So now we're gonna attempt to have it fit in here. Okay, so that's gonna be center. We're gonna have this piece to be able to attach it, so I'm gonna mark it red so I can hopefully remember to delete that. Man. Rubber band on this thing. Where the hell would I put that? I mean, The two-way template for the bottom here is simple enough. To make it folding, what will I do? Maybe this piece? There we go, perfect. Nice and simple. But I think that'll probably shorten the travel a tiny bit. Or the travel forwards, I like to think. So this has to go all the way back to there. Man, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to put a piece back here too, just so I can make this work to where I can think. I guess meanwhile I'll distract myself with trying to. I guess I'll have to fold it out fold it out a bit too. There we go. Okay, just don't worry about this for a moment. I'm gonna make sure that Discord doesn't bug me. I don't know if that even shows on the stream, but if it does, then you know. Okay, so LDD might not like me to do this. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Never mind. It worked. Whoops. Perfect. That's our charging handle right there. Rubber band attachment, I can think only one way to do this. And that's like that. And a tiny bit of a 2x2 on top. Then another one of these on here. On this one. So then the rubber band will go around there, and then it won't create friction right there, which is perfect. Okay. Great. Looking good. So now what we're gonna attempt here is the ejection port, which is pretty massive. Let's make sure it's not too massive. It's not massive enough. We're gonna just go all the way and do that much. And now we're gonna take the chance of pulling it back. Okay, so we're gonna get a straight view through there, which is perfect. How far back does it go though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could have probably just counted that right there as well, but too easy. Okay, we can't have that there. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. That's gonna go there. Probably gonna want some 10s here. Because 1x10s are probably the biggest that people have got of 1x plates. And one thing I'm also gonna want to do is Put a 1x1 tile on top here. And then put some more stuff here. So that it holds. You're back? Cool. We're pretty much coming to an end of the vector, which is kind of exciting. As you can see, we're fitting in the charging handle and bolt right now, and we'll probably be done with this. I'll probably finish this tomorrow. I probably won't have time to finish it right now. Or, well, today. It's gonna... There's a lot of stuff still to put in here. Like the stock, the rest of the top and all that, and yeah, but it's looking pretty good right now. I'm pretty happy with the progress. Pretty sure my everything else is not too happy with the progress, since I've just been sitting for a really long time now, just staring into the screen and building. But that's we'll just deal with that. Okay, alright, that's how that's gonna be. That's okay, I think. I keep pulling out the big plate, so I'm gonna have to go grab it. Or actually, I could probably just cover that up with the other ones. So I don't know why I deleted that. There we go. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. It could definitely be better, but I'm not sure how it would really make it too much better. So I guess it's as it should be. Where will the fire sector be, though? It's a tiny bit lower than this. But the location is what I don't know. I think it's going to be right here. But that won't work since we have our bolt coming right back there. So we're going to use some 1x1s. And it's going to be pretty tight, kind of. We're gonna go ahead and select this piece. Copy it. And we'll just put it in there, because it's pretty much the same piece. I think that's how it is. I mean, I'm really not too sure. Yeah, no, not at all. That's where a screw detail should be. Okay. That's embarrassing. This, no. Driving me mad. I mean, the one thing that I'm really worried about is the whole fire selector thing. And I might just have to make it one-sided, considering the fact that the bolt is gonna get in the way. The one thing I don't like about the Vector is just that there's a bunch of screws on it, and it makes so much, like, so many screw details I have to make. Oh, right, these line up. That's dumb. I'm not gonna make this cave into here because that's not needed. I'm not gonna make this bigger because it'll make friction, and we don't need friction in this thing. Okay, I hate the fact that these are meeting like that. That's just annoying to me. We need a gas block. Gas block piece. Let's try to reach inside there. And we're just gonna go with a. That's good. I'm glad I've got my shapes right. There we go. That's gonna be our gas block. Maybe we'll have one of those with the holes. I have one of those pieces, so I'm gonna use it. As I said, I usually only use pieces that I actually have. I wouldn't use any other ones. I would say screw those screws as well, but I need those screw details. They need to be there and be present. If not, it looks not complete. So I do realize now that the fire selector, or the safety in a fire selector, line up. So what that means is that I need to make them line up, which is not fun. But how far does it go? That's the question. Great. The pictures don't show. So it's only on one side, so I have to just stare at this and wonder where the piece is supposed to go. I believe it to be right there. So we're going to leave it there. There's also supposed to be one right here. So we're going to go and grab our screw template here. I wasn't joking when I said that I was going to make one of those. That's handy. At this point, I think I'm actually sitting way too low for the camera to even see me, but that's okay. I don't think that's a desire of anyone. Wouldn't be my desire, at least. For people to come to my streams just to look at me. That's... Okay, let's... That screw detail looks really off, but it's supposed to be there. So, I guess I can't not have it. For some reason, it sticks out a bit more on this part, so I'm gonna have to do that. Do I not have a 1x1 ready? Not at all. I have to change colors again. There we go. Fire sector should go in here. I think I established. So we're gonna make it a one-sided one. Okay. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. For some reason, that gas block also looks ridiculous. Might be because it's too small. But I don't think they have any bigger of those pieces, so it's just gonna have to look that way. I'm gonna put a 1x10 in here because I feel like it might be a bit unsturdy. And then we can also put a 4x10 plate on top of this. Even though I'm not sure if I'm supposed to start with plates yet. I don't think so. So then we're gonna do 6 bricks right there, I guess. It's all about looking at where the weak points could be. And that's a really important thing. Like, you'd think, oh, we can leave that weak point. That's not going to be a problem. Truth is, it's going to end up being a problem. It's going to be a big problem that you will have to fix. And if you don't, then the thing's just going to break. And you're going to think, oh, should have probably fixed that problem. Oh my god, why does this look so dumb? Why? Okay, you know what? I think I know what might make stuff look kind of stupid. Let's move this down a bit. So therefore the top piece will be a bit lower as well. What do I have to select here? A bunch of this stuff. Okay, I didn't select enough stuff. So the fun thing is, this dock is technically going to be removable, because if you bend down enough on one of these pieces, then it'll actually just click off. Not break, but just click off, and then you'll be able to just put it right up in there, and then it'll work. We are actually, as I realize, we're nearing the 3-hour mark right now, which is terrible to think about. The fact that I've been streaming for this long, which means that I've just been sitting here and building for that amount of time and just not done anything but that. Which, you know, I don't like to think about. But it's what I do, I guess. At this point, I've gone so low as well that I can barely look over my microphone. Why do I only have those pieces on here? That's weird. Tell you what, we're gonna have another screw detail. This time it's gonna be the screw for the fire selector. And I'm not going to have the colors on it because I don't think all the vectors have the ones with the colors on it. Yeah, the folding stock is terrible. I'm just using a standard pin system, which is, you know, a terrible system to use, but I just cannot be bothered to try to fit my usual system into a tiny vector space here, so people will just have to deal with it. Okay, so now if we quote unquote pull back the bolt, we can see that it comes out. But that's not the full travel. It goes a bit further, doesn't it? Come on. That's what we'll see. So that's not bad. And then of course you'll be able to look through because this piece will be out because you're pulling that out to use it, but if we select that and put it in there, then you can see kind of how it would work. Of course on the real one it would go downwards, but That's for another time. That's for another vector. Next vector. Yeah, no, I'm lying there. No vector I make will have that feature. Or it has a downwards bolt. That's for people smarter than me to do. I'm just gonna leave the gas block here because I'm not too sure what to do to make it look good. Maybe something like this and then angle it. Like that. That way it gets a bit higher up. And with friction, this will actually work in real life. And I believe my pieces have enough friction for that to work, so. Yeah, the pin system is better than nothing. I'll agree with that. But I prefer the proper button like I had on the 552 I made. So that's pretty much the base vector done. Now we'll just have to make the stock and all that. But I'm not going to do that now. Stock and sights can wait. This is pretty much going to be a template vector, so I'm going to go ahead and select this and save it as a template. Then we're going to go to this pistol, and we're going to complete this, because I told myself I would, and I should, so I am pretty close to finishing this as well. It is really not hard. So we're actually going to put that up a bit more, and then this will be a part of the top, I suppose. And in order for our rubber band attachment system to work, we're going to use just a 1x2 right there. And we're going to be cheeky here, and we're going to put a stud right in the middle there. Then that's going to be where your tiny rubber band attaches. I cannot remember which color I used. Color silver drum lacquer. Okay. Then we're going to use one of these flat hook pieces, I think. And I believe that should work. Yeah, I think that would work. To put a rubber band in there and then... Actually, no, that would not. What's up, Jonas Builds Bricks? There's not too much of everyone here, since there's quite a bit of people that have just left, but I believe some people are still here, so there's someone to talk to. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do something different here. I'm gonna need to give this more space. As much as I... Damn, that was a loud car. I think it's raining outside. Doesn't look like it. No clue. Distractions. Distractions. Okay, so now we're gonna shove this on top. I think that's gonna be the piece where the sights sit. I'm not too sure. Actually, this can probably be a 1x2. And then, yes, okay. Now it'll make sense to have one of these pieces. Because now the rubber band can go in there and then wrap around and then, you know, just work. So then the way we're going to make our iron sights. Yeah, that just happened randomly. But it was a beautiful random thing. But what gun were you going to request? That's the question I'll ask you now. Because I'm curious. I have no idea what I'm going to do here. I need to leave that space open, so I think we're going to do that. This is a Colt M1908 hammerless. I just completed the base vector, so I'm going to complete this and then I'm going to be done. Because I have been streaming for almost 3 hours and I think there are a couple of other things I'd want to do rather than just sitting here and building for the longest time. So I guess now would be a good time for someone to ask the question, oh, why do you put rubber band attachment stuff? Even though you don't have rubber bands in LDD. And it's just in case I release the file for this, which I probably will, then someone will have a place for the rubber band to attach. So one thing I do realize we can do is we can raise this up a little bit so we can have a bigger barrel. And I do not remember how far this slide goes back. Goes back 4 studs. I thought it went back further. I think there's something in here preventing it to go back further. That piece, right, I forgot about that. That's okay. No, wait, I'm not supposed to have that. Colt 25. Colt 25 is a bit too small, so I what am I gonna say? Yeah, it's a bit too small, so I don't think I would bother making that. I mean, this is kind of small as well, but this is, I mean, I think this is the predecessor to the Colt M1911, so, I mean, I guess this has a bit more history backing it up. So, I don't know, just some random guy requested it, and he then disappeared, so I just put it upon myself to just complete this anyways, even though he probably won't be able to see it, which is okay. At least I can have fun building it. My voice is really dying, by the way, from all this talking, so that's going to be fun to make a video tomorrow. Which reminds me, before I close off the stream, I'm going to show you guys a gun that I have built that is ready to be recorded. I think this is done. One last thing, actually. These 2 studs are annoying me a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and, oh my god, my voice is actually disappearing. Who knew just talking would make this happen? There we go. Oh, that looks a lot better. So this is the Colt M1908 hammerless, with no hammer, of course. So we've got the grip that is really pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. It could probably have a bit of a stud difference here, but I don't think I would be able to fit that in here. So we have a little gold screw like it does in real life, just to hold the panels together. It's got a little magazine in there, which I'm not going to bother pulling out because it's tiny. But it's got this nicely made slope kind of thing here, so it goes from wood to just metal again. My god, that was loud. We've got the safety, which should just go up in the slide right here, which I haven't made a gap for. But there it is. So it would go up in there. Trigger does not work because there's simply not enough space in there for one to work. And the slide goes back. 4 studs. So the ejection port right there, nothing really to see. Slide guide, barrel. And it goes back forwards. Really cool pistol. Okay. I'll read chat and then we'll get to what I was gonna do. I'm good. VSXC. That's, you said I wouldn't there's no reason to pronounce your name, but I did. B23R from Call of Duty could probably do that. The Enfield, I'm probably not gonna do. Alright, yeah, I forgot to say, to check the P10 Roni. I know what it looks like. It's the Glock carbine kit, and I think that might be a bit too hard for me to make, but I'm gonna see. So I'll see you at E10. So I guess for you guys that are still here, my OBS has crashed, which I'm not too sure if it's done for you guys. Probably not. Okay. So we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that the screen's gonna be pretty small. But I wanted to show off the gun I've been working on, and that's done and ready. It is a Celtic PMR-30, which is a 22 pistol with some interesting dimensions and designs. Looks kind of like a 5.7. The grip is made completely out of brackets and plates. It even has a working magazine release, which is actually needed because the magazine does drop out. So you can see up through there when I pull back the slide, which is pretty cool. Also, just the fact that the slide works is kind of amazing because the connection for the rubber band in there is really messy. And then you have the sights there. Maybe. So it is really, really cool. So this is probably going to be the next video. It's going to be on that. So I'm going to answer these last 2 questions, and then I think we're going to call it a stream. So, will I ever do gaming videos? I want to, but no one's going to watch them, and people will probably unsubscribe because they'll see that I'm not making guns anymore, or they'll see that, oh, this isn't a gun video, this isn't what I want to see, and then they'll just unsubscribe and disappear. I do actually have an M9 in the works. It is a old one that I made with a video that I never got to release, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I'm definitely going to make an M9 very soon. So, anyways, my throat is killing me right now, and we're closing up to 2 hours and 45 minutes here. So, we're going to close off the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I really do appreciate when people actually watch the streams, you know, watch all my stuff that's not just the gun videos. So that is pretty much everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys with the video soon.